There's no place I'd rather be.
Hey guys, welcome back to Talking Chelsea Blues. Welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well today. We're your hosts Ben and Mark. Thank you so much for joining us today for your match review for Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. But before we get into that, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this channel out as much as possible, guys. Share the videos out. It really does help us out. Thank you so much for joining us. So, let's talk about Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. A very good game. You know, Chelsea played extremely well. Well, I wouldn't say extremely well. How do I put this? We lost, but we went down fighting. Would you agree, Dad?
Yeah, they played better than I expected them to play. You know, out of most of the season, it was one of the best games I see, even though we lost by a goal from Mahrez. I think, you know, we played with, you know, some super intensity, especially in the first half. We did lose our way for a brief spell in the second half. You know, I think that was by way of the goal as well. But overall, I think we played well, despite the fact that we lost. I was forecasting, you know, one hell of a beating.
Yeah.
I
mean,
yeah, it was an intense game. You know, we're playing them again on Sunday in the FA Cup.
let's just hope for a similar performance, but a better result.
Yeah.
There's lots to talk about in this review. So for a start, we've got to talk about, you know, how the game started, injuries that hampered us during the game. Also, some youngsters appeared, and we've got to highlight some very good performances from some individuals. But let's talk about the first half. First few minutes, Man City dominated the ball. Couldn't really find the way through. Haaland was kept very quiet the whole game, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't really make too much of a noise. That's especially thanks to Thiago Silva, who kept him very quiet. So well done, Thiago Silva. But we grew into the game. Sterling went off within the first 3 minutes with an injury. Don't know what sort of situation is with Sterling at the moment. We'll see what goes on with assessments and then go from there. And then about 5 to 10 minutes later, Pulisic went off injured. And that really, you know, slowed us down. The two substitutes that came on were Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Carney Chukwuemeka. Now, towards the middle of the first half, Chelsea looked better. Started to take control of possession. You know, getting the ball, passing it between the lines, getting, you know, a lot of joy through the middle of the pitch, which was great. You know, there's a lot of stand-up performances, and we'll go through those in a minute. But what I noticed was we fought hard. We fought very hard in the first half to keep Man City at bay. And Man City didn't really have much of a chance in the first half. We had one chance with Carney Chukwuemeka where he was on the left-hand side, picked up the ball, cut in slightly and hit it, and it smacked the post. And that was really the only big chance of the first half. Going into the second half, Man City started the second half really well. They started to pick up the intensity, got aggressive with us, manhandled us very well, and we just didn't know what to do. We couldn't really clear our lines. We couldn't get a grasp of the ball. But towards the end of the second half, that changed. We managed to start pegging Man City back, being aggressive, dominant on the ball. You know, and then we saw a few substitutions in the second half. Conor Gallagher came on, Lewis Hall, and Amari Hutchinson. We'll talk about those three players in a minute. But the second half, we had one good chance with Thiago Silva. Ball came in from a Carney Chukwuemeka cross. Kai Havertz deflected it into a Man City path. John Stones tried to clear it. It landed to Thiago Silva, and Thiago Silva just blazed it just wide. And I thought, we deserve more from that game. Would you agree, Dad?
Yeah, I think we did deserve more. You know, we had a few chances there, very near chances as well. But, you know, in all fairness, they did play better than what I thought they were going to turn up and play with. But I think, if they played like that every game, from the start of the season, to now, I think, we would be in a totally different position in the league table. And, yeah, that was Chelsea playing there last night.
That's what we need.
With aggression, with passion, hunger. And this is what they need, to get out there and play every game like they played last night. Now,
that's going to happen.
yeah, I know we're playing again Sunday, different competition altogether. This is the FA Cup.
Knockout, so you only get one chance.
Yeah. So I think, we've got to play again with that intensity, and hopefully we can beat them this time around, hopefully. But, it's just sad, this season where we are in the league table. And it's nobody's fault, okay, you can blame the manager.
You can blame the manager, you can blame the players, you can blame the owner.
Yeah.
But it's a number of different things, and we're going to get into a video where we're going to talk about what we expect from the rest of this season. This weekend.
I also think that the fans, they pay to keep that club afloat. Yeah, that's where all the revenue comes from. Is from the fans, their merchandise, etc., etc. And the fans are not getting value for money. Okay, you can say last night they did have some value for their money. It was unfortunate that Maris scored that.
I feel like Kepa could have done better with that goal. I feel like Kepa could have come out and claimed that. It was a ball across from Jack Grealish. Kepa looked like he could have come out and claimed it. So the argument's there.
Yeah.
Could Kepa come and claim it? I think he could have, but it is what it is. The result is there now. That is it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some standout performances. I mean, first of all, Thiago Silva, well done for keeping Haaland quiet. As I said earlier, it's very hard to keep a guy like that quiet. Who's running off the shoulder of the last defender. He's looking to turn a defender and get into the box and get into those positions very quickly. I was very frightened of Haaland all game. I was still, even though Thiago Silva had it covered, I was still very worried. Another standout performance from Kovacic last night. Looked really good. Cucurella looked good. Despite one mistake for the goal, which that could happen to anyone. But my one standout performer was Denis Zakaria. Denis Zakaria from start to finish. He was fantastic. He looked really good, really sharp, really quick, intelligent. There was a moment in the game where he actually used a bit of really intelligent footwork to get out of a really tight space against Kevin De Bruyne, and that was very good, very, very, very good indeed. Carney Chukwuemeka, standout performer, looked very good. I'd like to see him play in some more games. The youngsters came on. Lewis Hall looked good. Amari Hutchinson looked okay for his Premier League debut. But Denis Zakaria, we need to talk about his standout performance. Do you think there is a buy option in his loan deal, in his loan contract? Do you think it's worth maybe looking at that in the summer to confirm keeping Denis Zakaria at the club? And do you think he could start more games and he could be pivotal for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think he could be advantageous to our team. The way he played last night, you couldn't fault him. He's a strong lad. Yeah,
quick.
Very quick. Very tactical on the ball. I think it would be sort of like a must buy if we could get him. Yeah, like I say, we need young talent. Yeah, and he's a must buy. But we have to also start, looking into the transfer window now. And
I mean, we've done that. This it's already. We signed Benoit Badiashile, the centre back, and I think he'll play this weekend.
Yeah.
I think
we got him.
David Datro Fofana, great player. Andre Santos, who's coming in, great player. Very good, talented youth player. But we need to talk about this. We're buying for the future. Okay, that's great. That's all fine and dandy. That's fantastic. It works. But what about now? What about now? Where are our problems now? Midfield.
Yeah.
We need to sign someone. Up front, we need to sign someone. We need a winger. We need to sign someone. For now. We need it now.
Yeah.
We're in a situation where we've won 1 in 8 games.
Yeah.
In the last eight games, we've won 1. That is an issue in itself, and you could blame the manager, you could blame the owners, you could blame the players, you could blame the staff. But it comes down to, what do we have in this squad? We don't have a creative midfielder, and we don't have very quick wingers. What we do in Sterling and Pulisic, but they're not great finishers. We don't have we have Aubameyang as a striker. But he's not really, providing the goods. And we need something to really just get us going this season.
That's the main root of the problem, is the the midfield. Yeah, we're losing the ball a lot in midfield. So, yeah, I think we have to concentrate on midfield and its strength.
I mean, we're looking at Enzo Fernandez. I'm not sure what the situation is with that deal, but I don't know if it's going to go through. As we know, Benfica want 120 million euros, and that's a lot for a player. Transfers that big take time. Mudryk, we're looking at, who Arsenal are also looking at. I think that's someone we could look at and think about for the rest of the season. I think he's a good player. Obviously, we've got Nkunku coming in this summer, another great player. But it's imperative that we get these players now if we want to finish the season strongly. I know top 4 is out of reach, and I know the title is out of reach, and I know we're going to get knocked out of the FA Cup this weekend unless we really, really surprise someone. But the aim this season has to just be save our dignity. Save dignity. But despite the result last night, I was happy with the performance. I wasn't overall happy, but I'm happy enough that we showed a bit of fight and a bit of bite to us. But the standouts, youth. Amari Hutchinson looked good. Carney Chukwuemeka, very good. Lewis Hall, good as ever. Lots of positives to take from last night, guys. So just remember, we may have lost, but our performance was very good. But it could be. I would prefer to have a bad. I think you're in agreement with me, Dad, when I say I prefer to have a really bad performance and a great result with a win than a really great performance and a loss. Would you agree?
Yeah. You always want to win.
You can't have one without the other at the moment, though.
Yeah, this is the problem. We've had too many losses, too many draws, and not enough wins. I think
within the last 8.
It's
embarrassing.
It's going to be quite impossible for us to sort of
gain top 4 now.
Gain top 4.
It's done. Yeah. It's done. Look, it's imperative now that we just focus on trying to get a Europa League place. But guys, please.
Also, there was some sad news also. In the camp last night.
Gianluca Vialli passed away this morning. A great Chelsea legend, a legend of the game, Chelsea legend.
God bless.
God bless, rest in peace. My thoughts go out to Gianluca Vialli's family at this sad time. Chelsea, to all Chelsea fans as well. We're all going to be feeling it today. It's a hard day. We've lost a legend, but guys, we have to remember that Vialli would want us to move on. He'd want us to do well. He'd want Chelsea to do well. He was always a Chelsea fan, at heart. He had blue blood coursing through his veins. So, it is a sad day. But Gianluca, rest in peace. God bless you. God bless your family. But guys, that's the end of today's match review. Please let us know your thoughts on the game yesterday. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know if you saw anything that we didn't, that you'd like us to know about and that we can pick up on, and we'll discuss between the two of us our overall thoughts, and we'll give you more thoughts over the weekend. But guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this channel out as much as possible, guys. Share the videos out, share the streams. It really does help us out. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, guys, go and follow us on our Twitter at TalkingBluesYT. Go and follow us on our Instagram at TalkingBluesYT. Also, lots of content coming up on there over the next few days, guys. But guys, that's the end of today's video. Hope everyone enjoyed. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.